Hey, welcome to the Prepper 21 channel. Night farming at its best. So, it's cold, it's March 16 actually, and the ground is still really hard, but there's a lot to get done because the ground won't be hard for long. Spring's coming quickly, and I always think I'm a week behind on things, but it turns out I'm just in time to get done what I need to get done for at least this week. This is the first busy week of getting things ready for spring. So I get a little more intimate here. I see a lot of greenhouse videos happening. This one is the green room video. So welcome to the Prepper 21 green room again. If you've been here before, if you haven't, lots of videos on a channel out there about it. So green room is just that. This is where we come and we grow greens, microgreens, and now we've got a number of seedlings starting. All of these will be planted outside. So these started underway last week. There's parsley in here, basil, my new favorite butter crunch lettuce, and some mesclun lettuce mix. And let's see here. What I need to get ready for is more seedlings here. So these are the cracky hydroponic tubs. Okay, very simple, no tools required really. And these plants grow in this water bath here. And as the water evaporates, the roots grow down. So here we have some fresh butter crunch lettuce. Okay. But the real thing for this evening, want to come in here and play more parsley for growing outside. So you can see if my mama's cooking comes through, because I got the parsley, the basil, lettuces, and a bunch of different plants already underway or getting ready to be soon underway. Couple other things I want to point out here is, not everything goes well. I think I figured the problem why this basil doesn't grow so well. Basically, I didn't start this basil in this tub, and I haven't maintained the right water. So these three plants will die. I'm going to try afresh with some new basil growing there. And the reason I brought up herbs and cooking influences by my mother in particular would be what I'm growing and why. Just to show you, you don't have to get too fancy. This is an unheated room. Temperature's at 58 right now. So really great for lettuces, and you can see how green everything is. Working on this particular schedule. I'll leave a link in the description. This is the planting schedule. And I always use Mother's Day as the last day of spring frost. Typically most people would rely around here in Northern Virginia for maybe early, not early May, maybe mid to late April. And I think if I had to holler at this, I'm in zone 7B. I can double check that, and I'll leave a link to zones as well, and when you can experience first and last frost. Anyways, I've always used Mother's Day. It's a fun day for me to go out and plant a whole bunch of plants that'll be growing all over the place here by that time. Most of them will be really big, like tomatoes and others that'll be ready to go out after, at least spending a few weeks here, and then at least a week of half indoor, half outdoor. So, the plan this evening is to make do with these things. Okay, I got more parsley seedlings. And again, what I can't grow, I use these particular plastic cups. This is the third year of using these. Clean, they got drill holes in the bottom. Anyways, if I grow too much, you can never have too much parsley or herbs. They really are beneficial for plants and trees and all kinds of things and keep pests away. but you can always give them away too. Once it gets past a certain point, you really have to go out of your way to not grow this plant well. I mean, I got clay soil and I can stick it in clay and it'll grow. Give it a few more weeks here. So what we're going to do, come in, make another full tray of 15 like this. And I want to show you how I do that. I don't have a lot of space here, okay? And you don't need a lot of space for a green room, a greenhouse. And what I want to emphasize is there's 15 plants here, okay? Now, of course, once they get to a certain height in here, I'm going to have to start to spread them out more. But technically, and what I will do, because I always overplant, is I will have 15 and 15, 30 to a row of this, you know, constructible, collapsible system. Cement blocks and boards, hooks underneath for the lights. I've got plans for this, and I'll include those in the description too. Regular old shop lights. And I'm not even being fancy. Normally, I would use a kitchen light and a bathroom light together to get a full spectrum. But since I'm just getting plants started and underway, and they're going to go out before long, no need to do that. I may consider as I start to grow tomatoes, but I don't need to buy new lights because, one, these are the older ones. I've been using these for years. When you get to it, I could have 90 plants here, and if I exceed that, because I'll have 30 down here, 30 up here as well, I don't want to build this any higher. You know, this area has experienced earthquakes before, so no higher than this. And what I will consider is by the time I need extra space, if I get beyond 90, then these plants right here, these lettuces, should be finishing up or finished by that time. And I could just have this in here as a platform and put everything under these particular grow lights for a while. Okay? And in the meantime, I'm just going to turn these back on. Here we go. So, to get this started and underway and finished for the day, let's see. Can't forget these cups. And you know, it's just a simple procedure of taking these cups and filling them for me, I like to go about 80% of the way, because then that keeps them well nourished for as long as they need. And again, we're looking at 8 weeks until Mother's Day, so I need at least that much time for them growing in here before I'll be ready to put them outside. And nothing fancy. Picked this up from Costco. It is very reasonably priced, and it's there and ready. Okay, moisture control potting mix. This big huge bag, what is this, 50 quarts? Okay, 55 liters, I think was $8. So, and I guess it's Miracle Grow too. I'm not advertising that, just showing you what I use. I don't get fancy and I don't spend much money on it. Okay, these plants are going to go outside where they're going to live for months and be better off than just what this stuff here will get them started with. Okay, so we take a cup, you know, as simple as putting it in the bag and filling it up. You know, I'll pat it down and maybe put a little more in, but depending on what plant I'm going to put in here, I really don't want to put much more than, like I said, that much, because as a plant grows down, the soil may expand. It'll expand when it moistens, and I'll probably even take a little out of this. I'll do 15 of these, and then put this tray back in there, put it on a shelf, fill it with water, so then the plants can soak up overnight. And I guess tomorrow morning I'll come in and I'll transplant, because the soil will be moistened the right way. I don't want to wet it from the top. I like soil to be moistened from the bottom, and that's why we have the drain holes there. So we'll do that, set it up for tomorrow. transfer them, and I'll show when I'm transferring them. But something that's I would be remiss if I didn't share a few other things. And one is, according to the schedule, you know, there's a lot more seeds that need to get started. So, like I said, I always feel like I'm a week behind, but I'm right in time to get on with peppers. And for me, I like to get the pepper seeds. I'm just growing a couple of different varieties of hot peppers, ha-cha-cha, and I want to soak them for a day. So I'll get some pepper seeds tonight, put them in a cup, a little bit of water, and then they'll be ready to, you know, sow tomorrow. We'll see if I get to it tomorrow or not. The other thing, yeah, just I think a bunch more lettuces I want to sow. So, yeah, I've got these. I'd like to get more. Maybe every 2 weeks I get a tray of lettuces going. If I can maintain that cycle and system and recruit some help, then that'll be good for regular greens, because by the time regular greens come from outside in May, then there really won't be much need to keep the hydroponic system going. We'll see. Maybe I'll keep at least one tub going, because it really doesn't expend any of my time or energy other than the cost to run the Flies On 900 watt grow light. Very effective on the energy bill. Anyway, we'll come back and there will be more plants growing. At the same time, what also has to be done soon is the potato sprouting is coming along really well. This is pretty cool. I haven't quite done it like this before, so maybe it'll work this time. Got a lot of potatoes here, and this past weekend spent a lot of time getting potato ground ready. So I'll have to show that. And these are the potatoes that'll go in the potato ground. So you can see I needed to make room for a lot of potato growing. These look little, but they need a lot of space. And we're going to get creative with how we do that, because, you know, nothing special about this place. It's not a big place, and we need to conserve space. So it'll be fun to show how that works, if and when it does. So potatoes to be continued for a while here. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. And for this growing season, get prepared. Take a look at the description and see the chart that I am following. I've been basically following the similar chart for 12 years, and it hasn't let me down yet. So it takes a mystery out of when to do things and how to get them done well, because if you can follow a calendar, you can follow the planting schedule and the sowing schedule, and, you know, do a little at a time. Good luck and get prepared. Thanks for watching. Oh, and boom, boom, come on, hit the like button.